Given your experience, what advice would you give a young entrepreneur? And from your story of these two companies, what's in common? What's your secret recipe for success?
Yeah, startups are hard. And it's a lot of why I wanted to get into them. I'd been at large companies, Google and Apple, just like Helen. And one of the things in large companies that's easy to forget is that people will often do things for you because your card has an Apple or a Google on it, not because Scott or Helen were particularly effective or what they needed to have done. And so a lot of why I was excited while I was working in large companies to start my own company was to both build from the ground up rather than operate from the top down with the resources, as well as really challenge what I bring to the table and step away from some of the brands that had obviously provided a lot of the tailwind to some of the success in the career and really challenge that without some of those sort of pushes and security blankets from large companies. I caught the tail end of Helen's lecture this morning, and really the key thing is the voice of customer. And as you heard on the second startup, that was something we even learned effectively through the first startup was make sure you're not building a product for yourself because you're not going to be the one buying it. Make sure you're buying something that really resonates with your customers and think around a range of customers, not an individual customer. And with that is just inherent flexibility that you need to come to a solution with. And I think a majority of startups fail because of disagreements around strategy and a lack of flexibility from what the market wants you to deliver versus what you want to deliver to the market. And at the end of the day, what you want to deliver is always going to be secondary to the revenue, which is going to be what the market needs from you. And so really keeping that customer focus in the lens of the customer and bringing them along through your development. One of the things we've been very effective in Grid Matrix that companies move very quickly because we continue to have this sort of sounding board of the customer and of the public to make sure that as we're developing our roadmap and assigning resources and developing our R&D, it's truly calibrated to the needs of customer rather than what we think is a cool feature to put into our product.